Everyone's gonna get a little, oh, there we go, recording in progress. So it's recording me as we go so that this is available for future use. And for those of you that just popped on, it's up to you whether you would like to have your volume on while we're on here or not. You can pop in and ask questions as we go. But let's get into it. We only got 30 minutes, so it's gonna go by fast. I know most of you already, but my name is Katie. I am a mobility specialist and owner of Third Space Movement. And I just want to leave you all feeling a little better in your bodies today. So like I mentioned, we're going to start focusing today on neck mobility, shoulder mobility, and upper spine. Next week, maybe we'll take it into some more hips and pelvis work. But you're not going to need much for what we're doing today, just a place where you could put a hand onto a wall surface and then a little bit of space where you can be on your hands and knees. Hi, Andrew. Okay, so we're going to get started with a bit of breathing. So I want you to make yourself comfortable wherever you prefer. If you would like to lay down, that's totally an option. If you're happy staying seated for a few more minutes, then we're going to start there. Breath is extremely important for the mobility of our spine and shoulders. And just by focusing for a few minutes on our breath, we're going to help to warm up the intercostal muscles and everything that then lays over top of the rib cage. So make yourself comfortable. It's up to you if you'd like to close your eyes or keep your eyes open. I do want you to take your hands and, like a little C, try and hold the sides of your rib cage. So we don't want to be quite down towards the base of the pelvis. I'd like you to be up to where you can feel your low ribs. And from there, with eyes closed or eyes soft, just begin to tune into your breath. And what I want to encourage for you as we're here is that you breathe into your entire rib cage. So often when we're sitting for long periods of time, our breath will get focused instead in our upper chest or neck area. So as we hold here for a few more moments, I want you to see if you can feel with your hands the expansion of your rib cage with each breath in that you take, and then the contraction of your rib cage back towards center with each breath out. And if you can't quite feel your rib cage expanding within the palms of your hands, then I encourage you to breathe a little bit deeper into that space so that you can feel it. And if this is a new movement for you, it might take a few moments before it feels easy or before you even get the feedback of it. It is just something that will take time to build. And let's take 3 breaths together. So please empty your lungs. And take a breath in through your nose. And a slow breath out through your nose. And do that again. Breathe in, let your rib cage expand into your hands. And breathe out through your nose. One more time, just like this. Breathe in. And breathe out. And you can let your arms relax down and allow your eyes to open. So as we're moving through the rest of our movement in our session today, I'll encourage you to continue to breathe into your rib cage in that same manner, just without your hands present for the feedback. All right, we're going to get into a standing position. So adjust yourself as you need. The first few things that we're going to move through are controlled articular rotations. We're going to take your cervical vertebrae, your neck, your shoulders, and then your thoracic vertebrae through their full range of motion. Many of you know these movements already, so feel free to move at a pace that feels good for you. Otherwise, you can stick with me. I'll take a big breath in. And with your breath in, your breath out, tuck your chin down in towards your chest. Keep your chin stuck. down towards your chest. But start to scrape your chin across your right collarbone so that your face turns towards the right. Then, like there's water in your right ear, spill it back behind your body so that you feel the left side of your neck stretch. Then circle your chin up and towards the sky. Think of lifting up versus collapsing back. And then turn your face down towards your left shoulder with your left ear spilling down your back body. Then imagine there's water in your right ear, spill it forwards in front of your body. Scrape your chin across your left collarbone and bring your neck to center. So if there was any pain in that movement, then we always want to just air just before that edge of pain. So we're going to do the same movement again in the opposite direction. You can feel it out. So we'll go again, tuck the chin. Then scrape your chin across your left collarbone so that your face turns to the left. Imagine there's water in your left ear, spill it back and behind you. Then circle your chin all the way up towards the sky and turn your face down towards the right. Your right ear is spilling down your back body line. Like there's water in your left ear, spill it forwards in front of you and then scrape your chin down and towards center. Perfect. And like I mentioned at the beginning, if there's ever any pain or pinching in this, just let me know and feel free that you can ask questions as we go. We'll take it into the shoulder blades now. Bring your arms forwards in front of you and make thumbs ups with your hands. Have your arms parallel with the floor. From here, you can plug your shoulders onto the back of your body so that your shoulder blades pinch towards one another. Then lift your shoulders up towards your ears like you're trying to wear them as earrings. Press them forwards in space so that you feel your upper back widen. And then soften your shoulders down and away from your ears. And then we'll do that again, just smoothing out the edges, making it more circular. So you pull back and up, and then forwards and down. And as we move through these circles, I encourage you to try to keep your arms parallel with the floor. They're at the same height as your shoulders. And if these movements are new to your body, they might take a few moments to make the brain to body connection. Just moving through that pain-free range of motion that feels good for you. Let's switch directions and go the opposite way. You'll plug your shoulders back, down, then forwards and up. If you feel a point that's a little bit sticky or kind of clunky, it's very normal. We'll go away with time. Let's go for 3 more circles in this direction. And when that's complete, you can relax your arms. Now we're going to do the same movements that we did for your neck with your thoracic spine, your upper back. So I want you to take your right arm and cross it under your left so that you can grab opposite shoulders. From here, you'll take a big breath in. And on your breath out, pull your elbows down and toward your belly button, round your upper back, but keep your hips steady and strong. Now, bring your awareness to your elbows. Pull your elbows toward your outer right hip so that you're twisting just your upper spine towards the right. Then start to drop your right shoulder back and down so you feel your left side body start to stretch. Begin to circle your heart and gaze up towards the sky, any amount that feels safe and pain-free for your body. Then a little side bend to the left, your left shoulder drops back and down so your right side body stretches. Then pull your elbows to your outer left hip so that you land in a little twist to the left and travel back to center. We'll reverse it from here. Elbows will pull towards your outer left hip. Drop your left shoulder back and down, your right side stretches. Then draw a big circle, heart and gaze up towards the sky, push down through your feet to lift your heart up. So you make your way to the little side bend on the right. Then your elbows pull to your outer right hip before you come back to center. Here you can stand up tall, unravel your arms, and we're going to switch the cross so that you now bring left arm under the right. Take a full breath in. With your breath out, pull elbows to belly button. We'll twist left first, pull your elbows towards your outer left hip. Then drop your left shoulder back and down so that your right side body stretches. Going for a big circle, your heart, your gaze towards the sky. Think of lifting up. You'll travel into a little side bend on the right and then land in the twist, elbows towards your outer hip before you return to center. We'll reverse from there, a little twist towards the right. Drop your right shoulder back and down, left side stretches. We're going for a big circle, heart and gaze towards the sky. The left shoulder will drop down so your right side body stretches, and then we land in the twist, elbows to the outer left hip before coming back to center. And you can unravel your arms and just take a moment to shake that out however feels good for you. We'll move into the pelvis now. And this exercise is to help us differentiate movement between upper body, lower body. We want to isolate the movement of the pelvis. So you can imagine your pelvis like a bowl. We're going to play with spilling that bowl forwards or spilling that bowl backwards. So little bend in the knees is going to be helpful. Hands on the hips will let you feel what's happening. I want you to first think about spilling your pelvis forwards. Your tailbone will move up and back. Your pubic bone will move down. And then the opposite action, try to tuck your tail between your legs and spill the bowl back behind you. We'll alternate between those 2 points, again, keeping this pain-free. Sometimes when we go for that forward spilling of the pelvis, the anterior pelvic tilt can cause some pain in the low back. So just stay on the edge of that so that you're not moving into the pain range. You can synchronize your breath with this so that every time you go to tuck your tail and spill backwards, you're breathing out. Anytime that you spill forwards, you're breathing in. Let's go for about 5 more. And once that's complete, take a moment to release, let your arms relax. We're going to make our way down towards the floor. All right, so these next movements will be from a tabletop position. First, we'll do a few cat-cows, moving through that pain-free range. So once you are all set on your hands and knees, start with an inhale. You'll lift your gaze, reach your heart forwards and tilt your tail upwards. Then as you exhale, curling around your spine to the sky, push the ground away and tuck your chin and tail. And we'll go back to our cow pose. Gaze lifts, tilt your tail up, find an even curve through your whole spine. Then use your breath out to alternate back into your cat position. Tuck your tail, tuck your chin, push the floor away. And keep moving through 5 more with your own breath. Once you have finished about 5 more, we're going to do the same action, but take it down onto our forearms. So as you land onto your forearms and we try to move through cat-cow, it's going to change the range of motion. It'll be a lesser range of motion. So let's take 5 repetitions of cat-cow with forearms on the floor instead of palms. You can just notice the difference in how this feels. Okay. No rush if you're still moving through those. Our next movement will be in this same position, forearms on the ground, knees on the ground. This time we'll take it into rotation, a twisting action. So you can bring your right fingertips behind your right ear, let your right elbow wing out to the side. With an inhale breath, twist open towards the sky, right elbow reaches up. And as you exhale, pull your right elbow down toward your left elbow and twist beneath yourself. Use your inhale to twist open towards the right. Your exhale to twist down and in towards the left. We'll move through 8 repetitions on each side. Try to use your breath to support you. So that inhale is giving you qualities of expansion as you twist open. The exhale is giving you qualities of contraction as you twist down and in. When you get to the second side, you might notice that it feels much different than the other side. That's very normal. It might mean that you want to do an extra rep or two on one side versus the other to gain a bit more mobility. Right. As I can't see everyone, I don't know if everyone's ready to go, but I'm just going to assume that we're ready for our next movement. So similar to how we did standing with these scapular circles, we're going to do the same in a tabletop position. Most of you know these as scapular push-ups. What you'll do is land back in tabletop, hands and knees this time. Allow your heart to soften down towards the floor, but keep your elbows straight and retract your shoulders towards one another like you could pinch them with a pencil or pinch a pencil between them. Then press the ground away and dome your upper back. Keep the sides of your neck in line with the rest of your spine. We'll alternate between those 2 points, this shoulder blade retraction and then shoulder blade protraction. We'll look towards 10 repetitions total. You take your time, move as slow or as fast as feels right for you. All right. Once you are done about 10, we are going to make our way onto our bellies. You can allow your forehead to rest towards the floor and bring your fingertips to rest just behind your ears. With your forehead heavy, try to press your pubic bone down into the ground as well so that you feel your glutes fire up. Then you might press the tops of your feet into the floor to feel the rest of your legs activate. Then you can keep your forehead resting on the floor to start. Lift just your elbows up off of the ground so that you feel your shoulder blades pinching towards one another. If there's any strain on your neck, you can stay here, just working to squeeze shoulder blades together. If you're feeling pretty good, then you can start to lift your head and chest up at the same time you lift those elbows up and out. We're going to hold here, continue to press down through your pubic bone, continue to press down through your feet. See if you can lift your elbows high enough that they're almost out of your peripheral vision. I'm holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax down, bring your palms under your forehead and just breathe for a moment. Now, if that felt like a lot of effort, then you can stay with that same variation. Otherwise, we're going to add a little bit more dynamic movement for the shoulders and arms. Take your hands again behind your ears, forehead to the floor. Lift your elbows up and away from the ground so that you feel your shoulder blades retract. You can stay with your forehead down or lift your head up off the ground. Now, as you're here, in your next inhale, lift your elbows and hands so much that your hands now hover off the back of your head. And with your exhale, just replace your hands towards the back of your head, the back of your ears. Keep your elbows up. Now inhale, hover your hands up off the back of your head. Exhale to relax that hover. We're going 3 more like this. Inhale to lift up the hands, hover away from the head. And exhale to relax. And again, inhale to lift up. Exhale to relax. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale, relax, bring your palms under your forehead, rest with a neutral spine. We'll go for one more round with one last additional option. If you were feeling at your maximum effort with the previous variations, then you can continue working there. Otherwise, you're going to send your arms forwards in space and give a thumbs up to the sky. With your forehead down towards the floor, you have the option from here to simply lift your arms up, or you can lift your forehead as well from this shape. And with your thumbs up to the sky, take an inhale and see if you can lift them higher. And as you exhale, open your arms out to a T, maintain thumbs up towards the sky. Use your inhale to lift your arms a little higher in this plane. Then as you exhale, keep your thumbs up, simply bend your elbows and create like a W shape. Elbows will pull towards your side body. Use your inhale breath to see if you can lift a little higher from here. Then use your exhale to extend your arms overhead again, thumbs up towards the sky. Inhale to lift a little higher. Keep your thumbs up. Exhale, open your arms out to a T. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, bend at the elbows, find a W with your arms, thumbs still point up. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, relax down, palms under your forehead. Have a little moment to breathe. And when you feel ready, you can place your hands down either side of your chest. Use an inhale breath to lift your head, chest, and shoulders up for a baby cobra. And on an exhale, press into your hands and come on up into a tabletop position again. All right. We are going to do one final little stretch for the shoulders and neck before we finish up for today. I'm just going to rearrange so that you can see me and the wall. I'm going to do this kneeling just for demonstration purposes, but I suggest that you all do this standing. So I want you to find a wall space where you can take one hand and you can press it towards the wall. You might already feel sensation as you arrive here of maybe a bit of a stretch up that arm. Ensure that you can get your palm flat. Let your opposite arm relax by your side. And then from this place, take your head away from the wall. So let that opposite ear fall down towards the shoulder. And just take a few deep breaths to make this more intense. Press more into the wall, bring more muscular effort. Sometimes this one can feel a little bit more nerve sensation. So just notice if you're feeling that for yourself. And then start to explore by rotating your chin down towards your collarbones. And then up and towards the sky, but you'll still maintain the little side bend at your neck away from the wall. And try to push into the wall, especially with your thumb and index finger, making your arm that is against the wall nice and straight. And this movement is very intentionally a nerve tensioner. And you can probably feel that, like I mentioned. And take 2 more breaths here. And then you can slowly let that side release. And then you'll spin around and do the opposite side. So opposite hand to the wall now. Make that arm strong and straight. Press into the wall with all 5 of your fingertips, and then move your head away from that wall. The opposite ear dips down towards your shoulder. Notice if this side feels different than the opposite side did. Press into your thumbs, your index fingers, and then see what it feels like to turn your chin down towards your collarbone and up towards the sky. And you can alternate between those 2 points as quickly or as slowly as feels good for you. Recommit to that push into your hand if you've lost it. Maybe breathe a little bit deeper for the last few moments here. Just 2 more breaths. You can release that hand away from the wall. Just find a nice neutral standing position. Place your feet so that they are just a bit wider than your hips, that you feel stable. And together, take a breath in, reach your arms up and towards the sky. And grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And as you exhale, side bend towards your left. Stay here, take a big breath into your right side body. And a full breath out. And inhale, come all the way back up and switch the grip on your wrist. Hold the left wrist now. Exhale and arc towards the right. Take a big breath into your left side body. And a big breath out. And inhale, come all the way back up. And as you exhale, just release your arms down and by your sides. All right, my friends, half an hour goes by fast. Those movements that we went through today, those are all super safe for you to do on a regular basis. If you're interested in getting a link to the copy of the recording so that you can do this again,